6 more minutes until we go live, folks. If you're just tuning in here, thank you for joining us here on YouTube. We're going to try this tonight. I'm not sure how good it's going to work, but we may have found a little something here in my graphics today, hopefully. Thanks to my good buddy there, Steve Hurst. And we did a little checking on some stuff, so hopefully maybe we made a little bit of a difference out here. I don't know, might be a little jerky. If it is, I apologize, but this is our first attempt at it, and just kind of bear with me. And I apologize ahead of time. Test, test, testing audio, test. Make sure you can hear me. Test, test. Okay. Test, test, testing audio, test, testing 1 2 3, test, test 1 2 3. Welcome to Maximum Speed Racing Truck League Race here tonight at Bristol Motor Speedway. Running the Chevy Silverados here tonight. 150 laps. Been watching these guys out here on the track practicing, and a lot of people are showing a little impatience out here, but so far I think we may be looking at a pretty decent race. Welcoming in the booth here with me, my co-commentator, Roger Wagner. Welcome, Roger.
Thanks, Rudy. Always a pleasure to join you, especially on these Tuesday night truck races. Yeah, I think we're just seeing some guys trying to test the limits, see what this setup will allow on this track. This setup's really tight, so we're going to see some bumps and bangs during practice, but I think it'll all settle out during the race.
Yeah, right now I believe the guys are out here trying to run some hot laps, and you know how that goes. They'll get settled down when it comes to race time, and I think we'll probably see some pretty decent racing out here by these guys. Long race here though tonight, 150 laps. A little bit shorter than last season. Last season we ran 250 laps, but the guys were complaining it was so grueling and hard on them that we cut it down a little bit, and hopefully this is going to be a little bit better on them.
Yeah, 250 laps is grueling here, especially if you've got a bunch of trucks, and just looking at this field, I mean, I see 28 drivers have taken time, so there's going to be plenty of trucks out there. We'll have a few cautions, and the cautions seem to just take forever. They're not necessarily extremely long, but they feel like it once you get it going around here and everything. So the guys just probably needed a little shorter distance, and this is about as perfect a distance as you can put on these trucks to get a good fast time-wise racing. But yeah, man, this setup's just really tight, and we're going to see as the runs go on, the trucks tighten up even more. So we're going to see some guys really working hard to keep it out of the fence and off of each other. We should see some good racing though. There's a lot of new faces I see tonight in here too.
Yeah, there's quite a few guys here. Jackson Lewis joined us in here tonight. Tom Serrato's back running again. Mark Robertson in here with us. A couple other new guys too. Gosh, I can't even think of
Sean Dower.
Sean Doer's been here before.
It's just a name that I haven't recognized for a while now.
Yep. Dominique Dieball, but I don't believe he's in there right now. But again, like I said, Jackson Lewis definitely in there. And there was another one. Gosh, I can't even think of his name now. Oh, Ryan Nuss, I believe. Is that his name, Ryan?
I did see that name in here.
Yeah, he's another good one, another new one. Some of these guys came from X-Cal Racing, and they really wanted to race over here. They like these short tracks, and good to have them.
Yeah, we'll see. It's enlarged the fields, and that's always great. In fact, that's excellent for any league to see bigger fields. A lot of new faces, and maybe Bristol ain't the perfect place to put new faces in with the veterans, but I'm not seeing a handful of names that I'm used to seeing in here. I don't see Thomas Lee. I don't see Travis Townsend tonight.
Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate for them, because here we are, 11 minutes till qualifying, and yeah, I don't know if they're going to make it tonight or not. One thing, I've got this cranked up pretty loud now.
Yeah, I did too, and I had to go out and adjust the live feed at YouTube down because the feed was overpowering us in here.
Yeah, well, you probably won't have to have that running while we're broadcasting. I just wanted to make sure. How does it look?
Looks great. In HD, this thing is great. I put it on the large format viewer. I didn't full screen it, and it really, really looks good.
Well, that's good. I was kind of a little bit worried about it. Dang, need some guys on the track here. Where the heck is everybody? There we go. Trying to find somebody on the track.
Yeah, no, the trucks look good out there. I mean, everything's pretty clear. We still got the little delay and the little, movement delays, but that's going to smooth out, I think, as we get going here.
Yeah, well, again, like I said, we did. Steve and I worked on this quite a bit today, and we found a thing that, heck, I wasn't even using half of what my graphics card was capable of, and it does have boost on it, where you can overclock it, and I believe that might have made a little bit of a difference out there. Just for the heck of it, I want to check real quick here and see. Yeah, see, I'm only running about 36, 38 frames a second. So we still got more work to do. You know, we kind of scratched the surface of it a little bit today, and I think we still got a little bit more work to do out here.
Well, you got to tweak your settings to get the maximum performance out of them with anything computer related. You know, you just got to play with it. It's trial and error. It always is.
Yeah, this is actually the first time that I have actually got in there, and it was kind of nice having somebody that knows what they're doing. You know, Steve, he's pretty the computer geek, you know, and it's kind of nice having somebody that knows what they're doing in there with me and telling me, you know, well, try this, try that, because I don't know what to try, and I don't want to like burn up my graphics card, you know. So, and he said, nah, he said what it'll do is it'll just freeze up, you know, it'll just stop. He said it's kind of like a built-in safeguard, you know.
Yeah, and the only way to know where that breaking point is to get in there and take it to its breaking point and then back it up a step or two.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think I got a lot more I can crank it up yet. So, like I said, we weren't even scratching the surface of what it was capable of today. But just to throw this out there for you, you're going to love this. I know he's going to hate me. But he's going to hate me for saying this. I don't even know if he's even in the race. I don't even see him in TeamSpeak now. No, I don't even see him. He must have left.
Who is that?
Oh, Steve Hurst. There he is. Okay. Yeah. But, yeah, he downloaded IRTBO today because he wanted to see how it would affect that monster computer he's got. And I tried to tell him before. I'm telling you, you guys have no clue what it will do until you got it on your computer. It just knocked his frames right. He was running 18 frames a second. I'm pushing about 40.
Wow.
And he's got 10 times the computer I got. But I said, see, I tried to tell you guys how much this stuff affects your equipment. You think you got this bad computer, and man, I'm telling you, this takes a bad computer and just knocks it right in the butt, you know?
Yeah.
I think Ed might be going over some rules here with the drivers right now. But anyhow, I hope everything is good for you guys. I hope this does work out. If you find any issues with it that you're having, please leave me a comment or something, a private comment, and I will check it out after the race. I know we've got a little bit of work to do on this yet. This is my first attempt, and you know, as we all know, usually your first or second attempt's not that great, and I apologize for this, but it was something that we had to do to try. So I just want to make it better for the viewers and something for you all to enjoy. Maybe eventually we'll have it just rocking. I don't know. I had come down to the conclusion that I wasn't going to be able to do it. I was worried about the quality of you know, making sure that the quality was good, and that's kind of like my thing. I don't, you know, you can have a nice smooth broadcast, but if the quality sucks, you know, there really ain't much sense in doing it then.
Yeah, it doesn't make it enjoyable for anybody, and then you know, if you can't fix the problems, then you definitely can't make it enjoyable for the viewers, and the viewers won't hang around and watch. So I think you got a good thing going here, and everything you're trying to do to improve it is just going to make it that much better, and we'll get more viewers, and hopefully everybody appreciates all the effort, and they continue to follow.
And do you what was I going to ask you? Forget now.
It wasn't important.
I guess not. Oh, are you watching the YouTube right now?
I'm listening and jumping back and forth, in and out, because they're having a driver's meeting. I'm out.
Okay. All right. Well,
It paused, but then it took off again when I came out. And it does that every time. It's like it's something going on, not with the feed, but with me, because every time I minimize, it pauses and then takes off again.
Yep. Well, I just wondered what the viewers were saying in chat there, in the comment section, and see.
They're talking about going to races at short tracks like Bristol and Richmond.
Ah, cool. Well, I just hope you all enjoy the show here tonight. Like I said, this is a trial. I want to make sure that it does work. And if it doesn't work, we're going to probably wind up going back to Twitch maybe in the next couple nights here. Tomorrow night I'll go back to Twitch and we'll see how that works. Tomorrow night they're running the Gen 6 at Michigan. That sound right? No.
Michigan was last week.
Yeah, that was last week. Dang, I can't remember.
Don't have any idea where they're running at. I can't remember.
Yeah. Thursday night, Michael will be broadcasting on Twitch, MaxSpeedTV _2, channel 2. So you can join him over there for the nationwide race. Him and Mike Ellis will be broadcasting that. Danny McCoon back out here running. I kind of expect him to be up there. Well, let's kind of get to this, Roger. What are you expecting out of this race tonight?
Oh, with this many trucks and enough guys that are unfamiliar with each other, I'm expecting to see, the typical bumps and bruises of introducing guys to the series and introducing them to the new faces. And then about the middle of the race, we're going to smooth out. We're going to have a good run. And unless we catch a caution kind of late, we won't have a whole lot of cautions. But if we do catch one late, then I expect to see guys trying to fight for every position, and we'll see a few more cautions. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping to see a great race. It's a short track that I really like to watch racing on, and I hope these guys can really put on a fantastic show. But for short track racing, flip a coin. That's just kind of the way it goes. You're either going to get a really good one or you're going to get a really bad one.
Exactly. Yeah, and I'm kind of with you on this. I don't really expect this to be a fantastic race. I expect it to be halfway decent, but it's going to be up in the air, I think, and hopefully these guys do get out here and do take this all into consideration.
Well, the biggest thing that they have to do is they've got to bring all their patience and leave all of their aggression at the gate when they come in. And if they'll do that, it'll greatly improve the event. But if we have a lot of aggression, especially with the way this truck's set up, this track is difficult anyway. You're going to see different things. And you're going to see the big one. You're probably going to see more than one big one. But if they'll just exercise patience, I think we'll see a really, really good race. We're still going to see some cautions. There's no way to get around that. But the severity of the cautions is what's going to be determined by the aggression or the patience.
Looks like we're going to have about 30 drivers on the track here tonight. So, yeah, this could be it could be interesting. And I kind of look for us to kind of dwindle the field down a little bit. They do only have one reset out here, so they're going to have to use it sparingly, Roger, or they're going to wind up sitting on pit road getting damage fixed up. And that doesn't fly too well, some of these drivers. I don't want to be sitting on pit road when there's a race going on.
Well, it don't take long here to get 5 laps down is the worst part. A little bit of damage can cost you 2, 3, 4, 5 laps. But if the patience is high and the aggression is low, we're going to see probably a lot of good, clean, green racing. They've got to remember one equation. Give plus take equals respect. And if they can all remember that, it's going to be an awesome event.
Yeah, it's definitely what we preach to these guys. Try to make sure that they do give that respect out there. And hopefully it works out here tonight. I think we're going to see a little bit of bumps and bruises, like you said, with starting out the race. And then I think the guys are going to start figuring it out. Whoa, man, we got to slow down to get this race, underway here. So, all right, well, the guys are all going to be taken to the qualifying grid here, and we'll keep an eye on it and see how their qualifying goes.
I see that we've been joined in the booth our old friend, Mr. Ed Hewitt.
Ed.
Hey, guys. How we doing, guys? Good. I just need to stop down there. Good job. Come down to your channel real quick. Some of the guys want to know where you're broadcasting from tonight, Rudy.
To YouTube.
Okay, anybody can shoot them a link.
Well, it's if you go to the League Racing channel, the link's over on the right there in the description.
Okay, I'll tell Mr. D'Amico there. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, Ed, tonight. Before you go, it's the weekly thing. I got to have your pick tonight, buddy.
Oh, I think I'm going to go with Mike Ellis tonight.
Is he racing?
Good pick.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, I've watched him in practice a few laps. It's a pretty good pick.
Good luck tonight, guys. Enjoy the race.
Okay.
Good luck to you, buddy.
And who are you picking, Roger?
Man, it's going to be tough. I think I'm going to go with Jeremy Patterson tonight.
That's a pretty safe bet on that one. Yeah, he knows how to get it to the end and get it safely. Boy. I'm almost thinking about going with Thomas Brandner.
I thought about him before I picked Jeremy Patterson because I really like to watch him race, but I just got a feeling Patterson's going to break through tonight. I think your pick's excellent. I think Brandner's got as good a chance as anybody. I mean, I see Wisniewski on the top of the chart right now for qualifying, and he was fast in practice too, so he could be one. But I like your pick of Brandner. I didn't think Ed would pick Ellis. That is a surprising pick, but I think it's still a good one.
Oh yeah, definitely. Mike is a good driver. I'll tell you what, he has his moments where he does get into a little bit of bumps and bruises and stuff. But I'll tell you what, he's a good safe driver out on the track. And I don't know if you ever seen the picture of his equipment. Whew, he's got some killer equipment.
No, I have not seen that.
Oh man, I'm telling you, sometime you'll have to remind me, and I'll shoot you a picture of his setup that he's got for iRacing. It's just absolutely amazing. He has dedicated everything. He has just poured money into it, and he's got an awesome looking setup.
It's funny because just about any form of racing is an expensive hobby, and I've always thought after I crawled out of the car for real that getting into this sim racing, a computer will cost a little bit and I can use it for many years and this and that. Every other year I buy a new computer, I buy more monitors, I get new wheels, I have to update my seating and everything. Yeah, no, I've got several $1,000s tied up in this, so racing's a expensive hobby and I don't care what form it's in.
Sure is. All right, looking down through the list here, looks like we've got about 18 people have qualified here so far out of all of the drivers. So I just hope that they do show a lot of respect out there for one another and give lots of room. Don't try to drive through a wreck. Just be patient, back off that gas, hit the brakes, whatever you got to do. Keep the car straight, and I'm sure we're going to see a lot of wall hugging, a lot of guys bouncing off the wall, going down across the track, hitting the inside wall, and I just hope that doesn't happen for these guys' sake. But it looks like qualifying's almost over, and look at that, Stephen Pearson on the pole.
Wow, and he waited about as long as he could stand to wait, I think, to go put up a lap. He didn't want to give anybody a target to shoot for, and that's a pretty good lap, 15:01.2. That's getting her around here.
So, all right, well, they're just about done here. Waiting for this to go so we can get on the grid, and Roger, I'll take the first 10, you take the second 10, and I'll finish it up.
You betcha.
Should be just about done, ain't they?
I got about 15 seconds
15
here.
seconds, okay. Well, let me pop this back up again just in case it does does change. Looks like Christopher Perryman second, Teddy Wisniewski third, Robertson fourth, and Patterson fifth. So good job. And look at Robert Craze, man. I'm telling you what, that guy has like improved tenfold. Oh, Sean Dorr coming in. Oh, okay, that's done. Never mind. All right.
It looks like we're going to have, I'm going to say about 31 on the track tonight. 30?
Yeah,
that's
about
a lot.
30. About 30, yep.
Wow.
All right, looks like Stephen Pearson on the pole with a 15, almost a 15 flat, Roger. In the number 85, there was a 15.012.
That's getting it.
Yep. Christopher Perryman going to be starting on the outside of him in the number 41. In third, the number 44 of Teddy Wisniewski. In fourth, the number 40 of Mark Robertson. In fifth, 38 of Jeremy Patterson. In sixth, the 00 Robert Craze. In seventh, the number 46 of Tom Serrato. In eighth, the number 28 of Ryan Nuss. In ninth, the 62 of Michael D'Amico. In 10th, the 22 of Ryan Eckstein. Roger.
Starting 11th will be the number 77 of Danny McCune. Starting 12th, the 66 of Ryan Ayers. 13th will be the number 4 of Timothy Lewis. In the 14th position, the number 7 of Brandon Thomas. The 15th position is held by the 91 of Jackson Lewis. Outside of him in 16th is 45 of Andrew Williams. 17th position is the 19 truck of Mike Vining. The 18th position is the number 1 of Everett D. Lane. In 19th, the 23 of Donald King. And rounding out your top 20 is the number 14 of Stephen Hurst.
All right, the last one to qualify, Dominique Dieball. Don't see him on the track right now. Chris Pence in the 22nd position in the number 6. Dustin Lee starting back in 23rd in the number 51. In 24th, the 24 of Thomas Brandner. In 25th, the 31 of, oh, that's not you. William Kirk starting in the 25th place in the number 9. In 26th place, Mike Ellis in the number 18. In 28th, the 54 of Michael Norris. And looks like a 30th here. But I know the times, it's all screwed up, but Bob Roberts starting back here. And Sean Dorr in 32nd. Kevin O'Brien not on the track. Matthew Breichel starting dead last in the field.
Yeah, and they're going to give a couple of drivers end of longest line penalties. Michael Norris is going to go to the back. I think McCune is going to go to the back at request for something that's going on. So we're going to see a couple of shuffles there, but they're out taking a couple of pace laps here, and it's only going to be about another minute or so, and we're going to drop the green flag on this thing.
All right, so Stephen Pearson bringing them around here, and Roger called down this first lap to get these guys going when they get there.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, if I wanted to start somewhere, it would be in those top about 4 truck right there. And I really would like to start on the outside because I'd rather have that top line going through 1 and 2 on that first lap because you can really keep it wound up and you might be able to beat that guy down to turn 3. If the guy on the pole gets you coming off of 2, he's got the advantage going into turn 3 for sure. Well, the pace car's off, and here we come. Green flag is in the air. Pearson leads him down. Perryman got a great jump right there to get this thing started.
Up on that high side, he does get some good bite there. Teddy Wisniewski kind of getting into the back of Stephen Pearson a little bit. And now dives it down in underneath Stephen Pearson, trying to take over that second position.
Yeah, he is sailing that thing off into the corners.
Yeah, he's really driving it hard right now, and that's what's going to be his demise right there, though, because he's wearing them tires out. This concrete surface is so hard on these tires.
Yeah, you abuse them the first 2, 3, 4 laps, and you pay for that the last 30 laps.
Absolutely. Well, back here in 4th position, Jeremy Patterson. No surprise there. Jeremy rolls it into 4th, biding his time. Back in 5th, we got Mark Robertson. Everybody kind of playing it cool right now. just kind of feeling these tires out right now, and getting them up to temperature and seeing what they can do with this.
Well, they're too wide back here at about 12th place. On back. Somebody stacked them up. I didn't see who did it, but wow. Too wide, 6, 7 deep back here. Brander's in the middle of that. Vining. Brandon Thomas is in that. And Timothy Lewis looks like maybe he's holding this whole bunch up.
Yeah, this is quite the battle going on back here, but you know, they're really doing good side by side. I'm actually quite impressed. I better knock on wood.
Yeah. Well, I see a lot of give and take. Guys giving a little space to the guy in front and the guy outside, and that's what it's going to take to survive getting through these first few laps and getting this sorted out. Oh, one in the wall. And they're all checking up. A little bumping, a little grinding. Yep. Everybody keeps it pointed forward, though.
And that's what we come to expect here at Bristol. You know, it's a short track with these high banks, and I'll tell you what, it's a pretty tough little facility to get around here without bumping and banging on something.
Yeah, it's short track racing. You're going to have contact, and it's a good thing that downforce and aerodynamics don't mean a whole lot here. Everything is mechanical grip, so you know, a little dent here and a little ding there really don't affect the truck a whole lot unless you get a bunch. A little bit, it's okay. A lot, yeah, you might have some problems.
All right, let's see. Getting back up here to our leader, Christopher Perryman's still leading him. Teddy Wisniewski in second. Running in third there is Stephen Pearson, and it's quite a ways back to fourth now. 2.1 seconds back to fourth place, Jeremy Patterson. So those three in the front are pulling away.
Yeah, them three up front have flat decked it out. Well, we got them just bouncing off the walls back here.
Oh, yeah. There's going to be major incidents tonight.
Well, they're really working hard to stay off each other. And oh, there's one in the fence. That looked like the 51 of Dustin Lee got turned there into the fence.
Oh, it looks like he hit the 91 in the rear. But we will go back and take a look at that to make sure. It looked like a pretty hard hit he took.
Yeah, it looks like he bumped into the back of the truck in front of him, and the 9 truck behind him didn't have time to check it up and went ahead and hit the back of him and turned him. And it's just one of those, they were trying to give and take, and I think when he hit him, it just killed his momentum, and the 9 truck didn't have time to react, and that was just, you know, short track racing.
Yeah, watching this, it looked like the 91. I don't know. It looked like maybe he might have took that turn a little bit slower than what Dustin anticipated, and Dustin kind of got into the back of him, and I don't think, you know, it wasn't intentional. And then of course the guy right behind Dustin there, can't get the number off of that,
9 truck,
yeah, tagged him. That would have been William Kirk. And Dustin really trying to get that thing woed, not to get into anybody else. So I'm sure we'll see him on pit road.
Yeah, I'm going to be surprised if we don't see a few of these guys. Some of the guys, you know, in the middle there that were bumping and grinding each other probably don't want to come use that reset right now. So
yeah,
we need to watch at about 10th place here.
Yeah,
from them on back and see if anybody comes in.
Looking on pit road here, and I don't see very much action on pit road. Steve Hurst coming off of pit road, and one other guy here on pit road. Let's see who that is. I can't get a number on it. 32 or something, I forget. But, all right, so not really that bad so far. Get back.
I had Chris Pence was on road. It's Sean Dorr. No, not Sean Dorr. That was Stephen Hurst that I saw on pit road. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Robert Craze going all the way back to 29th. What happened to Robert Craze there, Roger?
He pitted.
He's 3 laps down already. 4 laps down. Ooh. Wow. After, you know, man, he was really running good there, and he's already 3 laps down. He started 6th, and he's running in 29th.
Yeah, he had an unfortunate incident a little earlier on about lap 8 or 9 there. He got into the inside fence, got loose coming off of turn 4, and he had taken that truck down the pit road to try to get all that damage fixed. And like I said, you get it under green and you got a bunch of problems, because you're going to go several laps down just driving down pit road and getting serviced and coming off. You can go at least 2, sometimes 3 laps down.
Yeah, that's for sure. All right, we'll get back up here to our leader, Christopher Perryman, as he brings them around here. Lap 17 they're on right now. Cars still have not doubled up yet. Robert Craze does get away by, so that'll put him a couple laps down now. Steve Hurst back on pit road. Everett Lane on pit road, so these guys are going to lose a ton of positions. As the trucks start doubling up and the lights are off on the pace car, it looks like we may be getting back to green flag racing here shortly.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to go back green with Perryman, Wisniewski, Pearson, Patterson, your top 4 there. And the green's out. We are back underway.
Wisniewski gets a good bite coming off of right there. Oh, Perryman goes way up the hill. So Wisniewski out in front now.
Yeah, I wonder if Perryman spun the tires there. It looked like he didn't take off very well at all. Might have just rolled the tires a little bit.
Hanging right with Wisniewski. Teddy very fast out here tonight. Wow, I think we're seeing a product of a lot of short track racing and probably a lot of practice this week.
Brian Ayers and Michael D'Amico both got by Patterson on the high side right there in the last lap. He's getting challenged again by Mark Robertson.
Who's that?
Jerry Patterson. He lost 3 positions in the last lap and a half. And he's got Danny McCune looking inside of him. He's just well off the pace somehow, Rudy. I don't understand that.
I think he's kind of playing it safe right now, to be honest with you. He's one of them drivers that does do that. You know, he gives plenty of room to anybody who wants to go by him because he wants to finish this thing.
McCune's trying to give him a little room there, and Ryan Nuss is all over Danny McCune because McCune's trying to be patient right there, waiting for Patterson to give him room to go by. And these guys are going to really have to be careful. They're going to run into one another.
That's for sure.
Here comes Thomas Brander. Wow, what a move there. He dove between vehicles to get from the top to the bottom and make a pass.
Running really good here. Let's go back here. Tom Serrato now in the 11th place. Started 7th, and here he is running 11th. And nobody really challenging him right now. Goes up and hits the wall, though. Now being challenged on the inside, looks like Brandon Thomas.
That is Brandon Thomas.
Coming right up through. Looking to the inside, gets a run, and it looks like he's going to go by Tom Serrato.
I'm watching the Ford truck of Timothy Lewis, and he is in free fall here. He's getting passed on the inside, the outside. Running down on that bottom lane, and these guys are just going right on bottom top. He's lost 5 positions in the last 2 laps.
Yeah, he's kind of playing it cool right now. I think he's just trying to ride this thing out, get some of these laps wound down. Only on lap 28, Roger, of 150, so a lot of racing left to go here. Oh, we got a couple down off of the track. Oh, we got William Kirk up into the... Well, let's go back and take a look at that. As William Kirk, boy, he took a heck of a ride there. I don't know exactly what happened to him. It looked like maybe him and Dustin Lee may have got together, but we'll take a look at this.
Yes, Dustin Lee dodged Serrato and got into the 9 truck, and that caused a pretty good chain reaction there in turns 3 and 4.
Oh, okay. Up ahead of them, there was a spin, and it looked like I can't get the number on that.
It was Serrato. That's who spun. coming off of 4.
Okay.
And Dustin tried to avoid him, and when he went low and he kind of glanced off that wall and came back up, I think he really tried to get on the brakes and missed the back end of Kirk's truck, but he just barely clipped that left rear corner and started a big chain reaction. There were about 5 trucks involved in that.
Yeah, and there was a little bit of net coating on that too between Dustin Lee and William Kirk. So a little bit of net coating on that also. So
Bob Roberts, massive damage. He's smoking going down the front stretch.
And our leaders still have not come down pit road, but we do have a few of them. Stephen Pearson on pit road, Michael D'Amico on pit road.
Mike Norris was on pit road, Jeremy Patterson, Mark Robertson.
All these guys were on pit road.
And obviously Tom Serrato's on pit road getting fixed from that big impact he had on the inside wall there.
I'm showing the top 12 right now have not pitted yet. And,
you know, that's not too much of a surprise, Rudy. I mean, we're 30 laps in here, and you can run 100 laps on fuel and tires here easy.
For sure, yep.
Nobody wants to give up track position, and any little contact with the wall will take away your reset, and you may need that later on in the run, you know. So these guys staying out. Nobody wants to give up track position. That's probably the biggest thing.
Dustin Lee still hanging in there, though, with that beat-up truck. I'm telling you, that thing's beat up on every corner, I think.
Yeah, there ain't very many straight spots on it.
Nope, he's saving that reset, though, and, you know, that's what's important. If he can make it around here and it's not hindering progress of the race here, I really don't see, you know, if he's up to speed and maintaining everything, I don't see a problem with it. Ryan Nuss now up to 6th, Danny McCoon in 5th, Thomas Brander now up to 4th, Ryan Ayers in 3rd, Christopher Perryman 2nd, and Teddy Wisniewski still leading. Teddy's led 16 laps. He's tied Christopher Perryman for leading the most laps so far right now.
There's very few trucks on this track at this moment that don't have a ding or a dent in them.
And that's just, I think we've kind of come to expect that of Bristol. You know, it's just,
I think you're right.
You just got to do it. It looks like we do have one out of the race, so Everett Lane, not sure exactly what happened to him because, I don't know, he probably had another commitment somewhere else or something.
Yeah, the 54 truck of Michael Norris back on pit road getting some damage repaired on the back left corner of that truck.
All right, everybody doubled up, Roger, and we're getting ready to go back to green flag this time by. I'll go ahead and call this one down, okay?
You bet.
All right, pace car's off, and Teddy brings them to the line. Guys picking up speed slowly here. Green flag is out. Here they go. Teddy didn't get quite as good a jump that time as he did the last time, but he is going to come right up the hill. Now it looks like the 66 on the inside here. Ryan Ayers challenging Christopher Perryman for the 2nd spot. Christopher Perryman does prevail on that, pulling Thomas Brander right along with him. Ryan Ayers
thought we were going to have.
Go back.
Sorry, Rudy. I thought we were going to have 3 wide right there for a second.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it looked pretty nuts there for a bit, didn't it?
Woohoo!
Danny McCoon in 5th. And he's being challenged on the inside there.
Spinner. Big wreck off of turn 4. Huge wreck. They're still wrecking.
How come it didn't bring out the caution? There it is. Finally.
It did just now.
Stephen Pearson into that. Oh,
yeah, he was in that. He just went in and got that truck repaired too.
Oh, man, that's gonna hurt.
And I'm trying to see. It was the 45 truck of Andrew Williams. He just snapped coming off of the center of 4 there, right in front of Mike Vining. Patterson was in that. Pearson's in that. Breckel's in that.
Okay, we're gonna slow this down. It looked like maybe Andrew may have taken that, he dived it down to the bottom of the turn. A little bit of net coating on that, but yeah, he did break loose. getting into Vining, and Stephen Pearson. So, yeah, a bunch of them getting into that. Wow. A lot of them sneaking through, though. Timothy Lewis up into the wall, gathers up more drivers. Oh, brother. A lot of them into that.
Yeah, about 6-7 trucks got in that. Some of them not too bad, some of them glancing blows, but 2 or 3 of them took direct hits.
All right, getting back up to our leaders. Still no indication that they may be coming down pit road, Roger.
Nah, I don't expect to see them till well after the 50-60 lap mark. If we continue like this, they're really not putting very long runs on the tires, so they're really not getting a lot of wear. And the truck's probably starting to feel pretty comfortable about where the tire wear is now, so there's no need to go and upset the apple cart, you know.
Yeah, this is caution number 3, and we've only had 3 lead changes amongst 2 drivers. So that's pretty cool that, you know, only that much. And it looks like maybe we've got a couple more guys taking their trucks behind pit wall or something there.
Stephen Pearson, Mike Vining, Timothy Lewis, all on pit road.
Steve Hurst may have taken his car behind pit road.
Yeah, he took his on a few laps ago, actually.
So we started out with 29 trucks and down to 27 right now. He might have just done the old start and park thing, I'm not sure, but I thought he really liked this track. I don't know, thought this was one of his favorite tracks to run.
And when the last lap that I had showed him on, I don't show him with any real damage on the truck necessarily, so has to be something that's out of his control, maybe.
Yeah. I'm showing him he's about 24 laps down, so yeah, he left almost 20 laps ago, 18 laps ago.
He completed 18 laps.
Dang. Well, looks like Timothy Lewis is going to be restarting, I think, dead last in the field here. Everybody doubled up. Roger, call this down.
Wisniewski and Perryman still on the front row, going to bring us back. Branner's going to restart this one third right here with Ayers, McCune, and Jackson Lewis, one of the new faces to the league up here in the top 6. The pace car drives off into the pit road there off turn 4. And the green flag is in the air. We're back underway. Good jump by Perryman right there. Wisniewski spun the tires. But I bet he still drives it off through there and tries to come out on top of 2.
Yeah, he's definitely hooked up here on that low line. He goes into the turn pretty good. I'm not on him as the leader, though. He's second, but...
Oh, and he's in a wreck.
He
just kept moving up and squeezed Ayers into the outside wall right there.
He sure did.
He had to know he was there. Spotter had to be screaming in his ear.
We're going to watch this again as they take the green flag. You see him really drift up the hill. Yeah, Perryman got a really good start on that. And those two were side by side. But as Perryman gets out ahead of Wisniewski here, Wisniewski really comes up the hill.
Oh, Ayers went for a big ride. He tumbled several times.
Yeah, there was just no more room left for Ayers to go.
Now, when you're against the wall, you can't go no further.
Yep. So Wisniewski really come up the hill into him. Boy, and that put Ayers. Ayers went for a heck of a ride up along the wall. Wow.
Oh, he tumbled about 6 times too.
Yeah. Oh man, look at that. That's a mess. I don't think that's going to buff out.
No, that's definitely not buffing out.
He's on pit road. Him and Timothy Lewis on pit road also. So that's going to put them well back in the field. Teddy Wisniewski going to be way back in the field.
Donald King's truck destroyed. He's on his way to pit road.
So Christopher Perryman showed as our leader. Jackson Lewis second. Thomas Brander third. Danny McCune in fourth. Dustin Lee still has not been on pit road to get that damage fixed. Here we are on lap 48. He's running a hunk of junk out there, one of those rush mobiles.
Once again, the 6 trucker Chris Pence back on pit road, and he's got massive damage. He was part of that wreck. He hit somebody pretty square there. Well, Timothy Lewis's truck is just as damaged. His whole right side is mashed up flat. Fenders crushed clear in, past the tire. And it looks like it's dog tracking. Like the rear end knocked out of it.
It is. It's dog tracking pretty bad.
Wow.
Maybe trying to go out there and run what he can. You know, at least get some laps down on this thing. I'm showing him in 27th place right now, dead last. All right, well, let's get back up to the front, and when they get lined up here, Roger, I'll go ahead and call this one down.
You bet, buddy.
Get this thing back underway. We're going to have about 100 to go when they get the green flag.
Let's hope we can get in 10-15 laps before we get into the caution. Then we'll start seeing some of the front runners pit.
Yeah, this is already caution number 4, and we've had 4 lead changes, and just amongst them 2 drivers. But I think we're going to probably see some other guys get up here and challenge Christopher Perryman for this. Christopher got a little bit of damage on the back of that truck. Don't think it's affecting the handling of it in any way, but definitely got some rear end damage.
I see the 4 truck of Timothy Lewis coming back out, and he is still hooking to the left there.
All right, everybody doubled up here, and this time by, we're going back to green. It'll be 100 laps to go out of this 150 lapper here at Bristol. And I wanted to thank all you guys for tuning in here on YouTube. Hopefully this is all working out good, and you know, I can keep doing it on YouTube, but this is a trial. Pace car ducks off. Christopher brings him to the line. Jackson Lewis out ahead of him just a little bit. The green flag flies.
All right, Lewis got a little roll in there, and Perryman decided to kind of hold that up for a second. It's probably going to keep him in the lead.
Jackson gets into the back of Perryman just a little bit, but doesn't bother him. Now Brandner underneath Lewis. Can't make it work that time. Jackson Lewis really strong there in second. Taps the wall going out of the turn. And now Danny McCoon trying to get into the picture here. Whoops.
Yeah, that bottom side just isn't a place you really want to be until later in the run. The top side's going to prevail almost every set of corners because you get such a drive, you got to wait so long to throttle up or you're going to get the back end loose. Only way is to drive it in deep and slide job somebody.
Thomas Brandner does manage to get by Jackson Lewis and puts Jackson back to 3rd place. Danny McCoon up into the wall. That wasn't good. Dustin Lee trying to get some bite coming off the turn to get a run on him. And it looks like the number 7 of Tom Soraya. No, I'm sorry. That would be Brandon Thomas trying to get into the mix of this. Dustin Lee drives it into the turn hard, trying to get a run on Danny McCoon. Danny goes up the hill again, but that's not a bad place to be. But boy, I'll tell you what, Dustin's really getting some bite now off of that low line. But you know what he's doing to them tires, Roger.
He's making them super hot, and he's killing the right sides.
We know what that low line does here at Bristol. That entire it just eats him up. But he all but clears Jackson Lewis, and I believe now he does. So maybe he can get that thing back up to the high side. Dustin Lee into the 3rd spot. 4th.
I'll tell you, I'm watching the truck at the back here that is a man on a mission. The 66 truck of Ryan Ayers, is he being bold, making moves right here? He's just flying through this field.
But he's doing
He's reached a brick wall right now. Yeah. Well, you know, I've seen him go clear from the top to the bottom. There was a big checkup piercing on the back of him, but he went from the high side to the low side past a couple trucks. He almost went 3 wide twice. He's really working hard to get your cautions out. Oh, that's Brandner and Perryman. That's our leaders.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Ooh, that was a little Bristol in right there.
Let's get up here to this.
Oh, that caused a couple more trucks to wreck.
It looks like they both almost went into the wall right there. Perryman comes down right and trying to cut the nose of Brandner right off, and that, oh, Brandner just punted him down across the inside wall there.
Yeah, he was trying to cut it off and drive hard on him low, and Perryman was doing the same thing, and he just put that right front corner to the left rear corner, and then, yeah, from there it's just you're taking a ride.
All right, everybody trying to get caught up here. It looks like Dustin Lee going to be our new leader out there with that truck that's just tore to pieces.
I think the field is a little misshapen at the moment because all that happened where it happened, and the pace car jumped right out because that happened before the start-finish line.
Yeah.
So a lot of trucks are out of line right now. I think when we go around here and get everything squared away, you're going to see that maybe he is. Maybe Dustin Lee will keep the lead here, but I thought actually that McCune might take that lead right there.
Oh, now it's showing maybe Branderlin.
Yeah, maybe it is.
Perryman must have. It looked like maybe he might have had to go. Well, I'm sure he had to go in pit.
Yeah, he is rolling around here now, coming off pit road after he's gotten his repairs. He's going to be shotgun on the field currently. But Kirk took his truck behind the line.
Okay, leaders all coming down pit road. Well, Brander's coming down pit road. Dustin Lee going to stay out. Him and Danny McCoon.
I think Thomas Brander might be getting a little scolding from the powers that be about some rough driving.
Uh-oh. That's not
He's
good.
been given a black flag.
Well, I guess in the process of these guys, trying to keep these races cleaned up, sometimes, the infractions on these races, as harsh as they may be to the drivers and, it kind of makes them upset, you got to be harsh to get these guys to calm down a little bit and run the track, race it, and don't be so rambunctious like that and wreck people out on purpose. And I'm not saying he did that on purpose. I'm just saying don't do them type of things. And be a little more patient. Check up a little sooner. You don't know what that guy ahead of you is going to do.
And I know Thomas. I've watched him race a while, and I know the kind of driver he is. He may have felt bad that he got into him, trying to avoid him, and asked to get that black flag to move him to the back as a show of sportsmanship, because that's the kind of racer that he is. But he in no way meant to get into Perryman there. It was kind of one of those racing deals. But I think he probably asked for that. That's just the kind of guy he is. I've seen him do that before.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Norris is going to get a wave around from the officials here and pick up one of his 2 laps back.
Well,
Don King still rolling around 4 laps down out there. William Kirk took his behind the wall. Wisniewski still sitting on pit road. Actually, he's back on track now. I thought that was his truck.
Because they're getting ready to go green.
Oh, wow, they are getting ready to go green. I wasn't ready for that. Dustin Lee and Danny McCune on the front row here. Pace car's in. Green flag is in the air, and both drivers, pretty even start there. That looks good. That's a nice start.
Yes, it was. Dustin Lee definitely pulling right out there, though. With that damage on that truck not affecting it. Danny McCoon looking to the inside now.
He loves that low line.
We know it's hard to pass on that inside. And boy, and I'll tell you, Dustin Lee just shot right out there. He knows that truck's good out in clean air, even though he's got damage on it.
I'm watching the race right behind that with Eckstein, Thomas, Ayers, Pearson. They're 3 wide, or 2 wide, 3 deep right there. Pretty good race.
Yeah, it's been turning out pretty decent here. Looks like our Danny McCoon still in second here, but he's already about a second behind Dustin Lee. Next time by, taking a lap 70 out of 150, so we're almost at the halfway mark. And we've got quite the gaggle of trucks back here for, what is that, 4th, 5th, 6th battle
7th,
going
8th,
on?
9th, 10th, 12th. Yeah, they're all in a bunch right there.
Yeah, this is a pretty tight battle going on here. Mark Robertson in the number 40 on the inside of the 66 of Ryan Ayers. But that didn't work out. Ryan Ayers now, like you said, on a mission. Looks like he is moving up through the field.
Caution is out, caution is out. Jeremy Patterson spinning off of turn 2, I believe.
Oh, he gets rear-ended by the, what is that? I can't make out the number on that truck. 28, Ryan Nuss, I believe. So let's get up here.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the 28 truck of Ryan Nuss got in the back of him out there on the high side. Well, just drove it in way too deep. He had 2 trucks in front of him that were already slowed for that corner. He just power bombed it in there and got right in the back of Patterson.
Matthew Breckel hit the wall right ahead of Jeremy, and that's what happened. Right, yeah. And Jeremy had checked up for Matthew Breckel hitting the wall. That's what happened.
Yeah, I think Breckel might have had a run on the 45 and started to go to the outside, and he moved up, and Breckel kind of rolled out of it. I don't know that he necessarily got into the wall, but I think he rolled out for that truck that was trying to cut across his nose there, and I think that maybe that's what caused all that.
Yeah. Dustin Lee still has not pitted. Looked like he was maybe going to take a peek to go down pit road, but not yet. The front 3 still have not pitted. Danny McCoon, Ryan Eckstein, those 3 have not pitted yet. And the guy running in 5th place there, Brandon Thomas, has not pitted. The only 4 trucks on the track that have not pitted yet.
Brandon Thomas has been on pit road. I saw him on pit road several laps ago. He had a bunch of damage on the back of that truck and got it fixed.
Brandon Thomas?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm showing no pit times.
Really?
That's right. Yes, sir. Those are the only 4 that have not pitted. Brandon Thomas, Ryan Eckstein, Danny McCoon, and Dustin Lee have not pitted. Yeah, this is
I show he's on pit road on lap 46.
Well, I don't know. I'm just telling you what it's showing here. He is not pitted.
Yeah, I just rewound my replay, and he went on pit road on lap 46.
Well, then this thing here's broken.
Well, it may have been that I don't know if that he blinked out or something there right when he crossed the line, because on my replay he flashed when he went across the line and then went into pit stall. Or maybe he flashed when he was coming out of his pit stall, but he flashed. I don't show a time for that lap, but I do show that he was on pit road on that lap.
Okay. All right.
So it could just be like a glitch error there with the server.
Could be Dustin Lee bringing them to the line here. They're getting ready to go back to green flag here, and we are at the halfway mark, Roger. So starting to clip them down.
Yeah, we're a couple of trucks shorter than we were now, and a couple of trucks are shorter than they were when we started.
Yeah. All right, pace car's off. Dustin brings them down. Danny McCoon on the outside. We're going to have to see how this is going to fare out. Green flag is in the air. Danny McCoon gets a great start.
Big wreck. Breckel spun the tires.
Oh, man.
Right at the start-finish line, and they are still piling in. Breckel restarting ninth there. He just spun the tires, got into Ellis, got into Robert Craze, and they just kept coming and piling in. 54 truck piled in the back of the 38 in there, Patterson. Teddy Wisniewski got rolled over.
So we're watching this as they get ready to take the green flag here. Yes, he did. He went right across, gathered into Mike Ellis and Robert Craze. Oh, my. And guys trying to avoid it, but 52 getting into it. Oh, man. The 46, we got a bunch of guys into it here and piled up even behind that. Teddy Wisniewski.
At the very end, Teddy Wisniewski got rolled over, and that finished his night.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, they took that thing behind and stuffed it in the trailer.
All right, let's get up here. Dustin Lee still not pitting. Got a couple of lap down trucks up ahead of him. And Dustin Lee in that shortened up Silverado. He's definitely shortened up. Jeremy Patterson coming back down pit road again. Try to get a little more of that damage fixed up, I believe.
Yeah, I saw Jeremy Patterson's truck heading down pit road, walking left.
Yeah, he's trying to get some more damage fixed up on. Doesn't give you a whole lot of time out here on a short track like this to get damage fixed up because they do go around this track so fast. So, but he's
well, even under caution, you're talking about 45 seconds here, and that is not a lot of time to get a lot of work done.
Nope. Him and looked like Robert Craze sitting on pit road also.
Yeah, Robert Craze has the whole front end on both corners just mashed up on that truck. I mean, it looks like a USAC modified or something. It's crazy looking.
Well, let's see. We've got is that Michael Norris out in front of the leader. We're going to try to get one of his laps back. But
well, he's on the he was on the tail end of the lead lap, and now he's going on pit road.
Yeah, he's going to give up that lap.
Interesting. Yeah, he could have stayed on the lead lap. I mean, he has a bunch of damage, but this is the second or third time I've seen this truck down pit road, I think, and he's had damage every time he came down. So unless he's just got really bad handling issue, I don't think that he's. I mean, he should have just stayed out and got his lap or kept himself on the lead lap and waited for the next caution to come get this fixed.
Yeah, him and Matthew Breckel, Jeremy Patterson, Robert Craze, all them guys still on pit road. Timothy Lewis still out there running in the 27th place, 33 laps down, but
and you got 18 cars still on the lead lap. We started with how many? 29.
Yeah.
And you got about 4 running laps down. I know for sure that we have 5 out of the race.
All right, Roger. Cars are all doubled up here and getting ready to go back to green flag racing. Call this down for me, buddy.
You bet. Dustin Lee and Danny McHugh are going to bring us around and restart one more time here. Going to take lap 83 when this thing flies. The green is in the air, and we are underway once again. Danny McHugh got a great jump on Dustin Lee right there.
Boy, he sure did. Wow, Dustin Lee just, I don't know, he must have been sleeping.
Yeah, the no-dos kicked in.
He was in the wrong gear or something.
Yeah, and the no-dos kicked in for Danny McHugh or something. Wow, did he get a rocket start. Big wreck again, off of turn 2.
Oh, my.
I just happened to be looking and watching Mark Robertson when he got turned coming up off of 2.
Oh, brother. Okay, we'll go back and take a look at that. And, you know, it's like we say, cautions breed cautions, and, boy, I'll tell you what, we sure are seeing it right now.
Yeah, Andrew Williams, is that the 45 truck, I believe? Yep, just hooked him and turned him. And Thomas Brandner's in it. And looks like Chris Pence is in this. And several trucks. Mike Ellis, again. The patience is gone, and we just passed the halfway mark.
And Mark got into the wall. They're going into the one turn a little bit, but that didn't affect anything. Yeah, and you can see Andrew Williams just, I don't know, he come up off that turn just way too fast or hard and gathers right into it. Boy, and Andrew goes for one heck of a ride down the front stretch. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was just a case of not enough patience and trying to make something happen when there really wasn't anything there. So I don't really understand it, but you know, I mean, it's short track racing. Guys are going to go for broke here.
All right, well, Danny McCoon's still out front, and Dustin Lee right behind him.
Several of these trucks up here in the top, I'm going to say 7, 8 trucks on older tires.
Yeah. Mike Ellis out there trying to get one of his laps back. Yeah, these older tires, I don't know, maybe they've got something with them older tires that's helping them.
Well, I know here, and it hasn't really made any difference if it's the truck with the Nationwide car or the Cup car, but as the tires wear a little, I get a whole lot more comfortable with how the car handles, and I think these guys don't want to give up that comfort until they have to.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I see Mr. Patterson coming around to take a wave, or maybe that's Serrato's car. That's Serrato's car.
Yeah.
They look a lot alike from the top. And I'm looking at it from the top of the stadium, or the track here. And
Mark Robertson's still on pit road. Andrew Williams still on pit road. And Robert Crave's still on pit road. Dustin Lee out there still running in third with that beat-up truck. And I'm showing... Ryan Eckstein and Brandon Thomas still have not pitted in this race. And Danny McCoon.
Yep.
Still have not pitted. But you said Brandon was on pit road, so I don't know. There's a glitch in that somewhere.
Well, I think it was that maybe there was a connection issue for a split second. You know, sometimes cars flash, and the game doesn't know where you are, especially if it doesn't when you're crossing the start-finish line there. And that's what happened. He flashed on my screen, and I looked in his lap times, and on that lap when he was on pit road, it showed no time. So I got a feeling that if it doesn't register a time, that it will not pick up on your software to show how many pits. So it's just a glitch, something we can't control. So.
All right, so doubling up here, Roger.
Yahoo! Here we go.
Danny blinked out. Oof. All right, I'll go ahead and call this one down, buddy. 66 right there of Ryan Ayers, ready to rock this. Get a good restart on this. Pace car ducks off. Danny goes to jump it, but here we go. Green flag is in the air. Dustin Lee gets a good shot that time. Don't know if it's going to be enough to get by Danny McCoon, but Dustin definitely up there in the preferred line. But Danny pretty strong on that bottom there for a while.
Yeah, that top, unless you hit the wall like that, that top is probably going to prevail unless you're really willing to drive it in deep and get on the binders. That's just
Dustin
so much momentum.
Danny goes back to third now. And boy, it looks like the 22 of Ryan Eckstein. Oh, they go 3 wide. Why would they go 3 wide?
I think they all checked up for something there, and somebody was already committed to making the pass.
Somebody went for a ride down there. I didn't see who that was.
Stephen Pearson. He was working his way back through this field from an early pit stop and making pretty good time on it. And that's just bad luck right there.
Well, yeah, he shouldn't have pushed it 3 wide like that. But, well, like you said, that's a product of this track, and there's nothing we can do about that. So, okay, Thomas Brandner, I'm showing him in 5th. They're getting ready to go by Christopher Perryman. Christopher Perryman is, I'm showing him, let's see, where the heck is he?
Should be 4th place?
Yeah.
No, yeah, he's 4th place.
Yeah. Wow.
3rd now.
3rd, yeah. So back up to 3rd. He did get that damage fixed up on that truck, and here he is. Wow, that's pretty amazing.
McCune's falling back to 5th.
Yeah, he's, I don't know what happened there, whether he used up his tires on that, on them runs trying to, hold on to that bottom. Here's Ryan Ayers staying right on the back bumper of Dustin Lee up here in the front. 1st, 2nd.
Yeah, that 66 truck worked his way to the front pretty fast there. And now that he's up there, maybe he's just going to pace a little while. He's got pressure tires in the 51.
Yeah. Yeah, Ryan, he's pitted. Dustin Lee has not pitted yet.
Big wreck. Mike Mining into the wall in turn 1. Looks like everybody else is going to miss him.
back and take a look at this. They're powering it into the turn pretty hard. On the inside of the 52. And it looks like the 52 kind of helped him around. 52 got into the back of him, and that would have been Sean Dorr. So Sean Dorr.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if maybe the 19 moved up just a touch right there.
I think you're right.
Not thinking that guy was out there. And it looks like he moves just a little. And actually, there's a little bit of space between those vehicles when the 19 actually turned. So maybe we had a little net code.
Could be.
I looked at that from that rear chase, and
yeah, I'm watching it here again. Because it looked like he did. Mike Vining got by Sean Dorr here, and then when they go into the turn, Sean Dorr kind of stays up high. But when he tries to keep it off of the wall here, yeah, you're right. Mike Vining did kind of come up the hill into him, and yeah, there was some net coating involved in that. So it's unfortunate for him. Both them guys, good racers out here, and I hate to see their day end in like that. You know, it's so. Dustin Lee finally getting a pit stop and getting the damage fixed up on that truck. Look at that! Wow. Here we are, about 50 laps to go, and he makes his first pit stop. But Danny McCoon up front here still has not made a pit stop. Ryan Eckstein hasn't made one, and of course we know Brandon Thomas, there's that glitch there. He has been on pit road, but our front two has not been on pit road.
I'm trying to go back and watch what happened to Pearson earlier, because it happened really fast, and I know he's taking that truck behind the wall. He had massive left front damage and he wouldn't drive straight.
Yeah, it looks like him and Mike Norris may have taken their trucks behind the pit wall for the day, so two more drivers out of the race here.
And I tell you, I think that was a product of the 77 there. McCune being a little off. Listen, Eckstein caught him in the center of the corner, and Pearson was committed to going low. And Eckstein moved down a little, and Pearson was already there, and they just got together. I mean, it was 3 wide because of a slower truck, but sometimes discretion's the better part of valor, and he'll live to fight another lap. You know.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, everybody's doubled up. Pace car's going to duck off here in a minute, and we're going back to green flag racing. Here we go. Danny McCoon leads them down. Green flag is in the air, and boy, he gets a jump. 22 balling up the field there, smokes the tires. And look who comes out in second here, Brandon Thomas. Ryan Eckstein balls up the field there with, man, he definitely smoked them tires on that takeoff, Roger.
Yeah, I think he might have spun the tires there, and McCune got a good restart. And he got hit in the back from the 66. And I tell you what, I'm not seeing any patience from anyone right now. Everybody's just being really aggressive.
The 66 coming back up through the field on the low line, right behind Brandon Thomas. Oh, and he taps him in the rear.
That's one thing about him. He is not afraid to use the bumper.
Man, I'll tell you what, there's going to be a lot of penalties handed out today, I can tell you that. These guys really being aggressive.
There's going to be a whole bunch of guys having discussions after this over. I'll bet you that.
Danny McCoon now going backward by quite a little bit. Dustin Lee marching up through the field here into fourth.
Thomas Brander is putting pressure on Ayers there to try to get that lead away.
He sure is.
I think he wants to get clear of him before Lee gets there.
Yeah, because once Dustin gets there, it could be
Caution, caution, caution.
out again. Oh, Matthew Breckel and the number 40,
Yep.
Mark Robertson, getting together.
Oh, Breckel got loose off of 4 and was trying to gather it up, and Robertson just driving into him. Just kind of run him over right there.
Yeah, he got loose on the one turn and really tried to save it. But then the next time he almost caught the apron, and that's what, boy, he, oh man, and the 40 just clobbered him in the side.
Yeah, and the 40, you know, he was still out there kind of dog tracking around, so that was kind of difficult to control. So.
Yep. All right, so them guys back out here. Ryan Ayers still our leader. Ryan Ayers still out here with actually a pretty good looking truck so far. Not a lot of damage on it or anything. So I don't know. He might be the tough one to beat out here tonight. He's being really, really aggressive in that truck, though. And Roger, wasn't he the one that got no, he wasn't. I was thinking he was the one that got told at the beginning of the race to kind of cool it or something. He was being a little too aggressive. Or was he?
Yeah, you know, I don't remember who that was that got told that earlier, but he's been extremely aggressive the entire race. So.
Yep. Well, that's, you know, that's what you got in this track. It's when it's time to go, it's time to go. You know, here they are, 38 laps to go, so the laps are clicking down, and you know, these guys don't want to be caught in the back of the field. You know, they just don't want to. They don't want to be back there where they can't make up the positions. You know.
Yeah, the track position is huge here, and especially with this being basically a one-line track, it's real hard to pass on the bottom, and if you spend too much time down there, you kill your tires. You're no good on the long run. But I can tell you that you know, you got some guys at the front now that are on a few lap old tires, and you got the 66 out there, Ayers, he's on fairly old tires, and you got some guys behind him that are hungry and on fresher tires. So this rash of cautions may not be over yet.
Yeah, Dustin Lee had finally made his first pit stop, so he's got some pretty fresh tires, and I kind of look for him to maybe get back up there. Another one, Christopher Perryman, now back up into the mix of it in fourth, and Jackson Lewis was really strong earlier on here, running in fifth. I kind of look for him to get up there and mount a challenge too, so this could be a pretty interesting finish to this race.
Well, Michael D'Amico's worked his way up to sixth. Brandon Thomas, Danny McCune, Ryan Eckstein, all those guys have been running at the front. They're all inside the top 10 here, and we still got about 35 laps to go, so it ain't over yet.
No, sir. We'll call this down, Roger, when they come to the green.
Pace car's in. Ayers and Brandon are bringing us around. Green flag is out. We're back underway. Kind of a lazy start there. Oh, spun the tires. Ayers spun the tires a little bit. That's not going to end up hurting because Brandon went really wide in the two there. Wow, I'm surprised by that.
Yeah, now along comes Dustin Lee here, mounting a challenge on the inside of Brandner. And we know Dustin Lee's pretty dangerous on that low line for a few laps, but boy, he almost lost it that time. Christopher Perryman up into the wall. Dustin Lee, I don't know, he's trying to get that thing, you might want to get some heat built up in them tires before he tries to get up here and tangle with Thomas Brandner.
When they are stacked up back here, oh, let's see, that's Brandon Thomas running ninth, so D'Amico Ellis, they're stacked up right there around 7th, 8th, 9th place. Yeah,
Ryan Nuss running in 6th, now getting the inside there, the 18 of Mike Ellis. Mike Ellis coming right up through there.
Now, a couple of laps ago, Ellis put the bumper to McCune to get him out of the way when he was on that bottom line. I got a feeling that the 77 ain't real happy about that, and he's looking for the back end of that 18 truck right now.
Well, they don't want to be doing any retaliation out there, I'll tell you that. That won't be good.
Oh, Brander into the wall up front. Brander got into the wall pretty good right there, coming off of 4.
Ooh, that's, boy, him in the 91.
Caution is out.
Where was that at?
Well, it was towards the back. I got a feeling that we're going to see the 77 in the middle of this.
Yeah, it looked like he tried to check up to miss it all, but what started with Brandon Thomas right there in the number 7, he got really
I think McCune
loose.
got in the back of him.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think McCune got in the back of the 7 truck, got him loose, and neither one of them hit anything, but they both got hit in the back end.
We'll take a ride along with this again.
They turned the truck sideways enough to bring out the caution in front of other trucks.
Yep, Danny McCune tags the 7 in the rear, and then he gets tagged in the rear. So, but Brandon Thomas continues on. So,
yeah, he did a good job of saving that truck.
Yeah, I'll bet you he was just a sawing on that wheel trying to get that thing straightened up. So, looking here real quick, Ryan Ayers, okay, back up in our lead. Thomas Brander going back to 8th position right now.
He's on pit road.
Okay, all right. But I wanted to look real quick, race analysis here. This is caution number 11. This is unreal.
Is that a new record?
It's got to be some kind of a record. I don't ever remember seeing 11 cautions at maximum speed racing. I
You know, the one thing we haven't had to talk about, Rudy, the one thing we haven't had to talk about?
What's that?
Pit stops changing the race because they've all been under caution.
Yeah, pretty much. But we've had 14 lead changes already in this race.
Well, more lead changes than cautions. That's a plus.
Looks like Christopher Perryman's led the most laps right now. Dustin Lee just 3 laps behind him. Ryan Ayers led 16 laps. And Danny McCoon's led 14. So, and Teddy Wisniewski led 25. So there's all of our leaders. We had 5 or 6 different leaders. Oh, more than that. Thomas Brander led a lap. Brandon Thomas led a lap. I was thinking somebody else did too.
Oh, we've had a couple, 2 or 3 guys, I think, pick out a lap here during exchanges or on a restart, shoot by somebody to lead a lap.
Yeah. So, all right. Not bad. A pretty good race. I mean, here we are coming down to 25 to go. And you know what happens when we get under that 20 to go, Roger? It's going to be, these guys are going to be bumping and banging and beating on each other. And I really wouldn't be surprised if this finishes under caution as usual. Just a product of the track, you know.
I sure hope it doesn't finish under caution. I sure hope we get to see them race it out here. It's just there's just been no patience tonight, and that's unfortunate.
Let's go back here on. We'll go back and ride along on Mike Ellis here. And on this restart, but you want to go ahead and call this down.
You bet.
We're going to ride along with Mike Ellis here on this restart. Right from the roof cam.
Pace car ducks it in. Ayers and Lee bringing us to the green. Green flag's in the air, and here we go. That's a good even start. Ayers with on bottom probably will prevail getting through 1 and 2 because he's willing to drive that truck in there pretty deep. And he does, and Perriman's trying to do the same thing and get up there, take that second spot away, but I think Lee will prevail coming through turns 3 and 4 right here on the outside.
And Jackson Lewis, boy, he drives it in there hard. Look at him taking a peek on the inside of Christopher Perryman as Christopher Perryman rolls into 3rd now. Dustin Lee.
Brander.
Oh, Brander on the outside of Mike Ellis. Just drives it by on this high side.
He's passed 3 trucks in 1 lap. All on the outside. He's really, really pressing hard to get back up there.
Well, the outside is definitely, you know, is the best line. There's no doubt.
Yeah, it's hard to pass somebody, but if you can get outside, it's easy to complete a pass. It's just hard to get guys to give up the top. Brander says, I don't care.
Brander drives it in too hard and hits Dustin Lee and brings out the caution.
Actually, Dustin Lee got a tap from the 41 of Christopher Perryman's center corner and turned him down into Brander.
Well, we're going to watch this as it unfolds. Oops. Brander I think he kind of tapped Christopher Perryman just a touch right there. Christopher really didn't recover from that fully. And then I think that kind of, Brander comes up under the inside. Oh, yep, that's what happened. Perryman hits Dustin Lee and sends Brander, or down into Brander. And Dustin Lee hits the inside wall. Oh, my God, he hit it a ton.
Wow, well then Brander was sitting there still, and D'Amico just T-boned him, and I think Nuss hit him.
Wow, that's nuts, man. All right, Dustin Lee coming down pit road now. Let's see what he's got. No more resets left. He used his reset already.
Yeah. Yeah, he's...
Sure, he's got some pretty good damage on that car.
Yeah, the back corner's jacked up on it. The right rear, the right front's messed up pretty good. So that's going to change things, except for the leader. Ayers is still going to be our leader. Jackson Lewis is going to move to second. Brandon Thomas looks like he's going to be third. And is Matthew Brackle still in the lead lap?
I don't know. Here, hold on a minute. Let me update this.
No, he is not in the lead lap.
No, he's like 24
he is
laps
24
down.
laps down.
Yeah.
So Sean Dorr is going to be what looks like our fourth place truck.
Yep. Tom Serrato 5th, Danny McCoon 6th, Jeremy Patterson up to 7th, has come back up to 7th. That's great. Ryan Nuss 8th, Mike Ellis 9th, Christopher Perryman back to 10th now.
Yeah, Perryman took the black flag there for the rough driving, and he moves himself to the back of the line. Kind of changing the complexion of the front of this thing. We're about 15 to go here.
All right, it looks like the last one on the lead lap is going to be Ryan Nuss. Dustin Lee's still on pit road. Michael D'Amico's still on pit road. And those guys both had great days today. And for it to come to an end like that with 16 laps to go here. All right, doubled up, going back to green. Get ready here, guys.
Yeah, we're going to have a 15-lap shootout.
This is going to be
I would
crazy.
love to see it stay green, Rudy. I really would. I'd like to see this finish.
Me too. Me too.
Watch for tire spin out of this front row right here.
Yeah, Jackson Lewis there on the high side. One of our newest members here. Pretty nice young man. I got to talk to him a little bit before the race. And
we're going to not go green. We're not going green. They're going to extend this one more lap.
Oh, okay, good.
We had some trucks out of order, and we had some guys not sure about wave arounds and things, and I think they're trying to get them all sorted out and straightened out. Nobody was in line towards the back of the field, so I think they're trying to help that.
Chris Pence now going to be starting in 10th. So that might have been the one that was out of line, I believe. All right, Roger, get ready to call this down one last time. Hopefully they can get 15 laps in here without bringing out another caution. We'll see this finish under green. It'd be great.
Yeah, I'd love to see this go green these last 14 laps right here. All right, the pace car takes the hard left. Ayers and Jackson, Green's in the air. Good start. Jackson spun the tires just a little bit right there. That's going to give Ayers a chance to get out front.
And that was just enough for Brandon Thomas to get a good run on him. Boy, Jackson Lewis really having a difficult time getting that thing back under control. And it looks like they're like 3 wide back here. Look at them stacking up. Jackson Lewis looks like he may have hit the wall a ton.
Yeah, I don't know if there was contact with him in the 77, but suddenly he shot to the right. I was trying to watch Thomas, see if he was going to get a good run on the 66 there. Good racing right here. The front isn't settled yet, but we got some good racing back here at about 7th, 8th place.
Looks like Chris Pence on the inside of, who is that, Sean Dorr. And we're going to take that position away from Sean Dorr and now setting his sights on Christopher Perryman.
Mike Ellis is running 4th there, but he is really being challenged by Tom Serrato.
Yeah, and he does get by him. Mike Ellis is kind of, he didn't really give up on it, but now Christopher Perryman sticks his nose in there. Both of them going to go by Mike Ellis. And Chris Pence going to be the next one to stick his nose in underneath Mike Ellis. So Mike Ellis going back quite a few positions there just in a couple laps.
That's happening pretty fast.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there with Mike, but boy, he's went back to 7th now.
Brandon Thomas is starting to put the pressure on Ayers at the front. He's found a great line right here. He's up beside him.
Them two go side by side down the front stretch. We're going to stay on these leaders right to the end here unless there's a good battle going on in the back, but we're going to watch this right to the end. Next time by, going to be 5 laps to go to get this finished up. Brandon kind of backs off for a minute to cool them tires off.
Yeah, he found a line where he was running in high, cutting it, and driving it off hard low, and that's how he pulled up there. But I think he heated the tires. He went a little too early on and heated the tires.
Yep. Yeah, he would have waited just a couple more laps and then got a few more laps run down on this. He might have been able to mount a good challenge on him, but maybe he's still got something here for him. He's got them tires cooled off a little bit.
Yeah, he's sizing up where he can get the best run. And I know via radio chatter earlier in the race, they're not real happy with one another right now, so who knows what's going to happen.
These two?
Yeah, these two.
Oh, boy. Well, hopefully they race each other clean because I wouldn't want to see penalties.
Here we come, 2 to go.
I don't want to see penalties handed out to these guys. Brandon Thomas really starting to put the pressure on him. But we know Ryan Ayers is up on that high side, and that's the line. White flag is in the air. One more lap to go around this joint. Coming up on lap traffic.
Becoming a factor.
Mike Viney
He ain't going to be able to
low.
get him. Ayers is going to win it. Thomas is going to be second. And I think Chris Pence is going to come home third.
Oh, wow. That's great.
That's a good run for him.
All right, Ryan Ayers winning here tonight. Congratulations to Ryan Ayers. Why is it on that? Why is it on him? I guess I was on the wrong guy here. Ryan Ayers wins it here, so good job by Ryan. And whenever we get a chance, we're going to get down there and try to talk to Ryan as he's getting his burnouts in. I don't see anybody chatting out there right now. Ryan Ayers, this is Rudy Cummings in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, let me get that first shit sorted out.
And Rudy, I think you got Walker. Go.
Ryan Ayers, this is Rudy Cummings in the booth. You got a copy?
Yep.
Ryan, great run out there tonight. Congratulations on your win. Tell us about your race tonight. You were definitely coming up through the field nonstop.
I think qualified about 12th, and I think we're running top 3 or 4. They're about lap 40, and Wirek run second with 44. We're canceling back and ended up getting a win.
Well, that was one heck of a race out there. Brandon Thomas was trying to get a run on you. Was you getting a little bit worried, or was you not worried staying up on that high side? Because that definitely seems to be the line around this track. Was you getting a little worried or not?
I was a little worried. The lap car kind of helped me out there a little bit, but she was pretty fast there. About the last 15 laps, she was pretty fast.
All right, Ryan. Well, great race out there today. Congratulations on your win. First race here with Maximum Speed Racing, and you come out of here with a win. How's that make you feel?
That's still pretty good.
All right. Well, you got any fans or friends or family out there watching? You want to give a shout out to them or give a thank you to anybody?
It's one thing my dad, Dale Earnhardt, for all the skills and whatnot, but
All right, Ryan. Well, great job out there tonight, and thank you very much, and great race. Roger?
thank you.
Brandon Thomas. Roger White, you get a copy?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, Roger.
I had a great finish tonight. Qualified back in the field just a little bit there. I think he qualified about 14th, and man, it looked like he's tried to save everything until the very end and try to make that run. How did that kind of play out for you there? I mean, I know you came home second, but did you really think you had a chance to get him, or were you just being really patient with him, or did you save something that you wish you'd have thrown away?
Yeah, I saved my reset the whole race. I only made one pit stop. That was my plan due to all the early cautions. I just tried to stay out and wait and wait and wait. Pitted with 20 to go or something. There towards the end, I wish we'd have had a few more laps. I think I had something for him, but I just couldn't quite get by him without getting into him.
Yeah, it didn't seem like getting down on that low side was real productive. At the exits of the corner, you could really make some time up getting in, but you couldn't make any on the exits. Was it a product of just being at this track, or is it a product of that setup, maybe?
I think it's a little bit of both. My open setup, I like running the middle to the bottom. You can do it early on, but as the run goes longer, you're going to have to move up. And there at the end, he had the high side, so I had to do something different to have a shot.
Well, man, congratulations on that run again. Good job bringing her home second. I know you like to get the win, but second is nothing to scoff at here tonight in the 150 lapper. So there's a lot of beating and banging going on. Got any fans, family, anybody you want to say thank you to?
I'd just like to say thank you to RPM Motorsports for helping me out all through the week.
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations. Rudy,
Thanks, sir.
I think our third place guy has declined our interview.
Oh, yeah?
Man, he has evacuated the premises, sir. So we will not get an interview with third place tonight.
Okay, no interview with Chris Pence. He's not in the building, or did he leave already? Guess he left.
He might have left.
All right, well. All right, well, Roger, let's get down through this here real quick and results. Let's look at the results here. Ryan Ayers coming home the winner. Brandon Thomas finishing second. Very close finish between them two. Good battle for the win. Glad to see it finish under green. That was awesome. Chris Pence coming in third. Danny McCoon fourth. Tom Serrato fifth. Mike Ellis, good finish for Mike, finishing sixth. Sean Dorr seventh. Jackson Lewis in 8th, Ryan Eckstein 9th, and Jeremy Patterson rounding out the top 10. Roger?
Bringing her home 11th tonight is going to be the number 28, Orion Nubbs. Bob Roberts 12th, Dustin Lee in 13th. Donald King's going to bring it home 14th. Christopher Perryman, after a late race incident that moved him to the back, is going to come home 15th. Mike Vining 16th. Mark Roberts 17th. Michael D'Amico 18th. Thomas Brandner 19th. And Andrew Williams going to round out your top 20.
All right. Matthew Breckel 21st. Timothy Lewis 22nd. Robert Craze 23rd. Stephen Pearson getting into that early on big wreck there and taking a heck of a ride, finishing 24th. Michael Norris 25th. Teddy Wisniewski 26th. William Kirk 27th. Steve Hurst 28th. And looks like the tail end of the field, Everett Lane, he only turned like 14 laps, finishing 29th. So, all right, Roger, well, let's kind of close this out with a little last-minute comment on the race tonight. How do you think it went?
Well, I think we could have seen a little more patience out of some of the drivers, and I know we've got a short track, and we were having short runs there, but the runs get longer when the guys show more patience, and you don't have to get everything in the first few laps on tires. You can really save your tires a little bit and make it work here. You got to pick your spots. You got to be really methodical. We didn't see some of that, and I wish we had, because the guys probably could have had a lot better runs. Some of these really good, fast guys that we're used to seeing run up front might not have got involved in some of this stuff without the aggression. I mean, overall, it wasn't a horrible race. We did have like 11 or 12 cautions and 150 laps. You know, you're averaging about 10, 11 laps of caution. So at a short track like Bristol with 30 trucks out there, you know, sometimes you expect to see that. I had hoped that we hadn't, but it's going to be you're going to have those nights. In big time sim racing, that's what you're going to get sometimes, and you just got to suffer through it. Maybe the next time we come back here, it won't be nearly as bad.
Absolutely. Well, looking back here, we had 12 cautions, which was a little more than I think we kind of anticipated, but definitely not a big surprise here for at Bristol. 14 lead changes. Don't know exactly how many. I think we had about 6 different leaders, but Ryan Aries leading the most laps with 44 laps. Christopher Perryman led 34. Dustin Lee 31. Looked like Danny McCoon led 14. Brandon Thomas led 1. And Thomas Brandner led 1. So those were all your leaders right there. So pretty good race. Like I said, just a few more cautions than what I think we anticipated, but definitely not a big surprise for Bristol again. Until next time, we will see you tomorrow night for the Gen 6 race here at Maximum Speed Racing. And MaxSpeedTV signing off.